Hello, this is Colin Jones, and today I want to briefly talk on a very emotional and often unaddressed topic of grief. Now, if you watched the video or saw the post that I made on Monday of this past week, then you are well aware that my mom and I had to put Jazz, the family dog, down. For those who may not have seen the post, I will go into an explanation of this event. On Monday morning, my dad had gotten up for work and, as had been his usual routine for the last 12 years, had fed the dog. The dog ate the breakfast, then went into the front room where he proceeded to vomit the breakfast onto the carpet. Then the dog went outside while Dad cleaned the vomited breakfast out of the carpet. Dad goes outside and finds the dog laying on in a flower bed on the side of the house. He coaxes the dog to come back inside and proceeds to explain the situation to me. The dog was laying on the floor downstairs, panting very hard when I came down to watch for my brother's ride to his work. The dog then vomited some more on the tile floor. I told my brother to keep an eye out for his ride while I cleaned up the mess. I go outside and try to get the dog to come back inside, but the dog would not budge, no matter how hard I had attempted to get him to move. Now, the yard crew for my brother's work had shown up at the house to do the yard, both front and back. While I was inside the house telling my mother of what had happened, one of the yard crew had got into the backyard and discovered the dog laying and dying in the flower bed. They were traumatized by this sight and reported it to their boss. My mother calls the vet and explains the situation to them. Once she had gotten off the phone, she asked if I would like to accompany her, which I agreed with the idea. She then explains to me that she was going to have to put the dog down. We then quickly eat breakfast and head outside to get the dog. My mother had grabbed a blanket and a towel and was walking alongside the manager of the yard crew, who was guiding the dog to the back of the van. When we reached the back of the van, my mother had laid out the blanket on the floor and placed the towel where she thought that the dog's head would be when we got to the vet. The manager went around the van and picked up the caution cones and collected the group back up and left. My mother and I went to the vet. When we reached the vet's office, the dog was laying in a position 180 degrees of where the towel had been placed. I go inside to tell the person at the front desk that we needed assistance in getting the dog out of the van. They bring out a stretcher and strap the dog to it and brought the dog into the office. The dog was then led to a room at the far end of the hallway, and we entered. The vet comes into the room to explain what was going to happen. I then started to cry and moved to the floor to say my goodbyes, all the while choking back to the tears. I leave the room and return to the front of the office. The mother of one of my good friends from high school came in with their dog and saw that I was emotionally distraught over the loss of our family pet. She tries to comfort me by sitting next to me. She then gets up and goes into a room. A while later, I see my mother walking up the hall with the blanket that the dog had been laying on in a plastic bag. When we returned home, I told my mother that I would proceed cleaning the floors and scoop the poop that was still in the backyard. I had taken the liberty to remove the doggy door from the glass sliding door and to make the video that I posted on Facebook. Now, the dog had a breathing issue that had gotten worse over time. With all this said, I would like to say thank you for all that sent their condolences to me and my mother, and would encourage you to keep my family in your prayers as we continue to grieve. For this time, I would like to share an often quoted passage of Scripture out of the New Testament, in hopes that it would be of comfort. 1 Thessalonians 4:13 and 14. Brothers, we do not want you to be ignorant of those who fall asleep, or weep like the rest of men, who have no hope. We believe that Jesus died and rose again. So we believe that God will bring with Jesus those who have fallen asleep in him. I will explain this passage next week. For now, I say goodbye to you and see you next week. Thanks for watching. Porter, what are you doing underneath the table? Huh? Oh. Hello, Porter. Huh, where's Jazz?
She's not by the door anymore?
No.
I don't know, sweetie.
Porter, find
Is
Jazz.
she outside? Commenting?
Yeah? Oh, poor Porter. He looks all tired out now.
Why don't you scoot your bottom over so you're all the way on the chair? I don't want you to fall off.
Come on, Porter. Chloe, it's alright. Come on. It's okay. Don't mess with dogs. Chloe, no. Come on, Jazz. Come on, let's go hide. Let's go hide with Chloe. Come on, Jazz. Come on. Oh.